What's up, everyone? It is JDF Jason David Frank here, and I'm here to talk about setting a goal. New Year's resolution 2021. It is here. Happy New Year. This is an exciting day for me because it's a fresh day. It starts a brand new year. Now, I'm certainly not an expert here, but I am an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18. I've had a very successful career and business and branding and things like that. So I want to talk to you and give you some brutal statistics and facts of setting a New Year's resolution. Well, I like to start with what I call think it, ink it, and speak it. There's nothing better than an old-fashioned pen and paper. I don't even care. Well, I grab the nearest notebook. It doesn't matter what it is. Just get a pen and paper. And listen, it means more, at least to me. When I write something, it registers in my brain versus typing, autocorrect, hey Siri. So you need to think it, ink it, then speak it. We're going to talk about today about setting of goals, all right? Now listen, as many people in the world, I understand COVID has hit. I understand that it's going to affect some of your New Year's resolutions, but don't let it distract you. I still want you to write it. Now, only 50% of Americans actually do this. Only 50%. Now, I don't know how many percent of Americans actually grab a pen and paper. That's probably a very small percent. So I want you to grab a pen and paper right now or after this, okay? And please participate. I'm here to help you and I'm here to help me. This is the way I can reach people. 50% of Americans actually make one. Now, 10% only keep them for 2 months. That's it. Now, do you want to be part of that 8% that actually reaches their goal? Because that's me. I'm that 8% the whole entire time. Now, don't get me wrong. There are goals and things that I've set that actually fell off, but you've got to hold yourself accountable. On the end of the year or throughout, you have to revisit this all the time. It's not just today. You got to revisit it all the time, but you got to hold yourself accountable. I don't like the word fail or I'm a failure. So I hold myself accountable. On the end of the year, I make no excuses. I hold myself accountable. I said, I didn't do this because of me. I own up. So don't make excuses. Hey, I haven't lost weight just due to this virus. I've been eating I haven't quit smoking. Those are just excuses. All right. Those are bad habits. The fact is it takes 21 days to create a good habit. So that's your challenge today. 21 days to create a good habit. And we're going to write a New Year's resolution. 21 days to create a good habit. And it takes a lifetime to break habits. So don't fall back into your bad habits. Let's create new ones, okay? 50% of Americans actually make one. 10% only keep them for a few months. Guys, those are the people you see at the gym. Hopefully gyms are open soon. Those are the people you see at gym that are hoorah, rah. They go on crash diets. They hit the gym every single day, and then they reach burnout. They burn out after 2 months, and then they just go back to their old ways. I don't like to do that. I really like to set goals. And so just so you know, the most popular goals on here are to exercise. Okay. That's like 50% of the most popular goals, exercise and lose weight. I'm going to give you tips on that. And then 50% again of surveys, there's another 50% that just want to save money. Totally understand. They want to save money and they want to spend less money. Then there's a really high percentage of people that just repeat it over and over again. They repeat the same goals. They don't hold themselves accountable. They're like, okay, next year I'm going to do this. Well, this year I didn't do it. Next year I'm going to do it. So you have to hold yourself accountable. On the end of the year, look at it, checklist, and say, I didn't lose weight because of me. I didn't quit smoking because of me. I didn't get closer to relationships because of me. You got to own up. And that's one thing I see in life is that we don't own up, and everyone always justifies. They always justify, for example, well, I didn't want to get that movie part. I didn't want Bloodshot. It's fine. It's, it's what it is. It's, it's fine. Justifying. Of course, Bloodshot would have been great. But look at this. Legend of the White Dragon happened. There's always something good that happens when one door closes. So,
all right. What's going on, everybody? Oh my goodness, it's my second live stream. Make sure I like the stream on the way in. I have a great stream. It's phenomenal stream. You probably wonder why I'm dressed up. We'll get to that too. We will get to that too. But first, we got an early contributor. I want to shout out Classy Beats. What does he say? Let's go up to a super chat. It's on the screen. It says, let's go. Because that's what we need to do. And if you need a beat, shout out to Classy Beats. Holla at him. Hottest beats in Atlanta. Check out his channel. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm HenryResilient. If you guys don't know, I've been around these streets, and I'm currently going through a divorce, probably one of the pettiest divorces. And I actually have something that was brought up in my divorce. You see this? This right here? This was brought up in my divorce. So I have to pack this up and make sure my soon-to-be ex-wife gets it, because I want to give her what she wants in the divorce.
Nope.
But anyway, so this stream is also sponsored by the like button. So make sure you check out my sponsor, the like button, hit the like on the way in. And why am I doing this? I know it's going to be two groups of people in here, right? We're going to be the people who hit me up and be like, you shouldn't do this. And I'll be like, why? I'm like, I just want to get down to the truth. And they just be like,
how dare you?
And I'm like, we don't want the truth. We just want his death to just be swept up under the rug. You don't have questions about the story. And I'm going through a divorce. So if, I was to check into a hotel and my ex was to visit me, and next thing you know, she goes to get snacks in the middle of the night, and then she comes back and I'm like, come on, like, please, if anything ever happens to me, sorry, bear with me. I'm a little under the weather. Investigate. So what do I have, right? Let's just go through what I have, because I know people going to be like, yo, he don't got the docs. It's like Menace to Society. You remember when Chauncey had the tape? What did he say? He said, I got the tape. He said, I got the tape. People didn't believe him. He was like, no, look, let me show you. I got the tape. What's this? What is it? This is the original petition for divorce that she filed against her soulmate, the love of her life. What was she asking for? A lot. What else do I have? I can't show y'all that document yet. What else do I have? All right, here we go. I can show y'all this. This is what JDF responded with. Let me zoom in for y'all just a little bit so y'all can see it. This is what he answered with. What'd he say? She want to sue me? She want to divorce me? Please enforce the premarital agreement signed on April 1st, 2023 or 2003. Yes, he was smart. He had a prenup. So, and what else do I got, right? I know what y'all looking for. I know what y'all here for. Everyone wants to see this. Everyone and their mama wants to see this. Let me zoom in for y'all. Yes, there we go. That's it. The premarital agreement. Okay, it's gonna be a lot. But I promise you, we gonna get to it all. It's just a couple things I gotta say. Before we get to it, right? Let me go to her page and put out this disclaimer. Let's bring up the posts and let's share this post. And we gonna share that right. Boom. All right. She's been getting a lot of backlash, primarily because not too many people believe her story. And I've been vocal about it. And I said, hey, I believe some of what she said, but not all of what she said. But after seeing the complete picture, it is looking even crazier in the light. It's like when you get one of them diamonds that's probably like a moissanite and you hold it up to the light and you're like, yo, it's just not shining right. But I want to say this to the people who don't believe her. I do not support y'all going to her page and accusing her of things that there is no proof that she done. I don't approve of people going to her page and calling her out her name. I would never support that ever. Even if something happened to me, I would hope y'all wouldn't do that to my widow. But we gonna get into it. I got a little bit more to go. So I checked it this morning, and the divorce, most people don't know, is not closed. It's still open. Like, so I did some digging, and in order to close it, you have to basically take the death certificate up there and say, hey, he's no longer here with us. But what's happening and what I'm noticing on pretty much every social media platform that JDF had and hers is the narrative is trying to be shaped. The narrative is, hey, we were reconciled, and he randomly, after a night of fun and reconciliation, took his life, which most people, like I said, me included, don't believe. And a lot of people, I've been getting some mixed reviews. Some people say, hey, leave her alone. She's grieving. And what my man Kazi say, I don't believe her either. But I definitely don't go to her page. Exactly. So you don't have to write on her page. Anyway, how did I get these documents, right? That's the $1 million question. How did I get these documents? Let me tell you a little bit about myself and my history, because most people don't know me. I'm HenryResilient. You probably see me on CGA's channel ranting and venting about my divorce. And it's tough. It's hard. It's lonely. I'm going through a lot, but I'm at the healing stage or acceptance stage. We'll get to that a little bit later. So how did I get these? I used to be actually held the title investigator, kid you not, for an organization for almost a decade. And I would be in charge of investigating things. Most of them involved money. Money. That's it. Hey, either the company I worked for either wanted to make more money, or someone was trying to get money from the company and they would send me. And I was just a fact finder. That's all I did, was find the facts. Hey, what happened? They're saying this happened. Is it true?
Nope.
And in some cases it was true, in some cases it wasn't. But most of my job entailed I had to interview people. I had to take pictures, make calculations of all the money that they was asking for and the potential money that we could pay out. And in doing that, I learned some skills and even showed some other people's the skills, because I was that good. I got promoted and they said, hey, we like what you're doing. Can you show other people that? And I was like, if you pay me more, sure. And it was like, okay, cool. So I get promoted. I'm showing people how to do these things. And they're basically, just learning how to gather information. And after you gather the information, I would have to write a report. And based on the report, I would give my opinion of what the company should do, but it's ultimately up to someone else to figure out, what they want to do. I was not the final person making the final call at all, but I had to do an investigation. And when you learn to investigate things, you start looking for facts. Your feelings are not involved at all. Like, it's just, hey, I think they lying. Well, let's see what the facts say. That's it. Hey, let's see what the facts say. Could you prove it? And after I would write this report, I would have to go to a hearing. And people would ask me questions. So I'd be dressing like this. I usually like a cardigan. I'm not like a suit guy, but I have suits. And for the bigger cases, I would have to wear a suit. But, I can get away with a cardigan and a tie. So I did my small investigation into why JDF wanted the prenup enforced so bad. Usually when someone is saying, hey, enforce the prenup, that means someone is asking for something that goes against the prenup. That's it. The prenup is to protect you, usually the breadwinner. In some cases, it can protect both, but for the most part, it's the breadwinner protecting their assets they're having coming into the marriage. So that's what I would say. Everyone should have a freaking prenup if you really want to get married. But, I'm going through divorce. Cupcake pans were listed. I'm currently not so much pro-divorce or pro-marriage. So let's look into something. I can show you a quick little thing of how I would do like an investigation, because we use the internet a little bit before we get into the divorce paperwork. We use the internet to basically figure out things. And because it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool to use the internet. And give me a second. Struggle streaming. All right. So let's go to her document where she said, hey, a year ago, my daughter Shayla, whom Jason helped raise, has suddenly passed away. So this article was written on November 30th, right? A year ago, November 30th, she passed away. And what's what she says, between losing her and helping raise her baby son, Jason and I started having marital issues. For anyone who has known the pain of losing a child, it's tough. I get it. She says, Jason and I decided to separate at that time. Okay. So me being an investigator, what do? I go back, I go look at her social media. I look at this post. I see it. Let's see if I can show you the date. It's dated November 17th, 2021. And she says, well, someone is saying some crazy stuff. Like this guy just jumped out the wall. Like this stuff I don't support. But he says, I miss you so much, Shayla. My heart is broken forever. All right. So what do I do? I say, okay, well, when was the last time she started talking to JDF? Because we know about the whole debacle with him not following her on Instagram. And when you see these doggone court documents, you gonna know why he stopped following her on Instagram. You gonna know why. I think he blocked her, which is crazy when you block your soulmate. Now you look at this page, right? You see October 14th, 2021. He liked it. Okay, this shows that, hey, they were following each other. And let's get a little further. This is, I don't want to show the kid, but you can see him commenting right here, right? You see the comment, JDF post something to the new Lord. All right, cool. All right, so we got that. Hold on, let me get out of here. Struggle streaming. All right, so we have that little timeline. Basically, October is the last time they spoke. But we go to this whatchamacallit. Keep going. I'm sorry. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I got to find it. She basically says, we were working it out, taking it slow. Hold on. I'll share it with you guys. Let me share it with you. All right. Who cares about the whole, I went upstairs for 10 minutes. Okay. However, about 6 weeks ago, we decided to rekindle their romance after a close family friend helped us realize we still loved each other, right? So I did the math. 10 weeks ago is 6 weeks ago from the date this article was posted, is in the middle of October, right? October. So what happened in the middle of October, right? You like, hey, well, what happened? All right, let's share this. Boom. Hold on, let me make it bigger. We may have to come back to this because this is part of the whole story. Because when I'm an investigator, I have to build what they call a timeline. My boss is like, hey, what happened? This was filed on the 5th. This is the beginning of October. So we're to believe, based on that article by People Magazine, that they started making up after this. Now, what does this say? Hey, please take notice the above style number calls because it has been reset from October 6th. So they were supposed to have a hearing October 6th, right? But it's now set for hearing on his widow's behalf. I really don't like saying her name. For her motion of temporary orders placed by remote appearance on December 7th. So now you're telling me 6 months ago, you made up, or six weeks ago, you start making up, but a week before you start making up, he was served with this hearing. And what's this hearing for, right? Motion for temporary orders is provided as served in the petitioner's original petition for divorce and a temporary restraining order. So, whoa. Hold up. So you mean to tell me after he was supposed to make up with you after he received this in the mail a week later, maybe 2 weeks later? It seems a little fishy. All right, like this is what I'm talking about. This is divorce, but let's take it from the top. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. I know some people said, hey, she was with him for 23 years. And people did the math. They said, hey, he didn't get divorced till 2001. So there is some overlap. All right. And sure, I get that argument. I understand it. But what happens in divorce, because most people on the internet, they have no idea what divorce is like. They've never experienced it. Divorce does not happen overnight. It's not a quick, oh, I don't want to be with you no more. Divorce, done. No, there is some build-up time to it. So while you're building up, you may be separated. So take me, for example, we can use me. I will be separated almost 2 years, right? So if some woman come out of nowhere and say, hey, I've been with him since 2022, and then I'm not going to get divorced until 2023, right? They're going to be like, whoa, you was with him all in 22? And she like, yeah, but he didn't get divorced in 2023. No one is putting the pieces together that, hey, I've been separated for a year or going on 2 years right now. So you have to go through that. But let's look at her divorce. What do y'all think of this so far? What do y'all think? Do y'all believe her? Let me pull up the chat. I ain't been looking at the chat. Hopefully y'all don't feel neglected. Everybody got problems. Lovely Dow, she here, Ninja watching. Who else is in here? All right. Do y'all believe her? Do y'all believe Miss Sherry? I see you. I see you, Slim Niece. I see you. Darth Sidious. I see Darth Sidious. Is that you? Hold on. Do I got the evil laugh? Oh, I don't got the evil laugh. All right. Let me get some water because I'm talking so fast. I'm nervous, but look, we about to show you the divorce filing right here. We're going to go through it together. And look at this. August 7th, it was filed in your upper right-hand corner. And August 8th, it was filed. August 7th, they submitted it. August 8th, it was filed. So in the matter of marriage between Tammie Frank and Jason David Frank, right? This is typical standard divorce talk, discovery. We don't care about discovery. We want to get into the meat and potatoes of this. Objection to assistant of case to associate judge. Basically, this is saying, I want a real judge presiding over the case. No fake judge. That's number 2. Parties. This suit is brought by, remember, divorce is a lawsuit, Tammie Frank, the petitioner. I redacted all personal information because we don't dox people over here. That's just not something we do. Domicile, hey, have you've been here for 6 months? All right, great. Respondent may be served wherever he may be found, right? And people think that he was served at a Comic-Con. But guess what, though, right? I wouldn't be me. I would not be me if I didn't have the proof that he was served at Comic-Con. It's right there. But we got to get back to this. We got to get back to that. I know, it's crazy. You know, when you see how he was served at Comic-Con, you're going to realize 2 things. Process servers are relentless, and he had some real friends at Comic-Con looking out for him. But we want to, you know, when you do the investigation, you want to go from the beginning to the end. You don't want to start in the middle, and you don't want to start at the end because everyone want to see the prenup. We gonna take it a little slow. We're gonna start at the beginning. We're gonna go through her whole divorce filing. Remember, this is the love of her life. Y'all remember this. You remember this, right? This is her soulmate. She couldn't go on without. You know, I'm not gonna get into that because we know it's cap. Well, let me not say that, you know. Let me be nice. So he may be served wherever he may be found, which we know they found him at Comic-Con. This protective order statement. No protective order is currently in effect. You know, that's great. So, dates of marriage. Now look, dates of marriage is interesting because we know that they stopped being together after the sudden loss of their daughter in November. She listed the date of marriage as May 17th, 2013, which we know they got married, but she listed stopped living as husband and wife around July 1st, 2022. But we know they separated in November. Maybe they reconciled.
How dare you?
Right? Maybe. I don't know. So grounds for divorce. This is important. We're gonna blow this up just a little bit more so everyone could see why she's filing for divorce. We gonna bury the lead, right? This marriage has become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities between the petitioner, which is her, and respondent, which is JDF, that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship and prevents any reasonable expectation of reconciliation. That means ain't no way in hell we reconciling. Like, this is what divorce looks like. Everyone talks about how great marriage is, and it can be great. But when it comes to divorce, you saying there isn't any reasonable expectation for reconciliation. God, but this her soulmate, you know? And we're going to talk about this divorce file as soon as we get through it. Respondent is guilty of cruel treatment towards the petitioner of a nature that renders further living together insupportable. Like,
nope.
Wrong soundbite, but anyway, like, this was reported by TMZ, but what's in red? What's in red? Y'all want me to zoom in more? Y'all want me to zoom in more for y'all? What's in red? Respondent has committed adultery. Adultery. So remember when TMZ had that report that said, hey, she said he cheated on me. Looks like in the divorce filing, he cheated. Now look, we have 137,000 people in the chat. Can we get 1,000 likes? Just hit me with the like. Now let's keep going. I'll tone it down a little bit. I'll tone it down just a little bit. Now it says there is no child born or adopted of this marriage under the age of 18, and no one is expected. So basically, they're saying we don't have a child and we're not adopting a child, which is odd because in this article, between losing her and helping raise our baby son, which to me indicates custody, right? And I only bring this up because there is a case going on, right? And let's share the case that's going on. Remember, there's no one adopted. You see this kid right here? Let's go further. I really don't like showing kids. Let's go further. This right here. This is the baby shower. This is her daughter. This is the kid's father. It's rumored that he wants custody of the kid, but it's currently not in his custody. I reached out to him. He didn't respond because, you know, as an investigator, this is what I have to do. But let's get back to the divorce. So, division of community property. Now, look, before we read this section, right? Keep in mind, this is her soulmate, the love of her life. This is the one she cannot live with. This is where the division of property section is where you figure out who, you know, how much does she love him? Or what does she want? Basically, is what she wants. So the petitioner requests the court to divide the estate of the petitioner and respondent in a manner that the court deems just and right as provided by law. So, hey, bust down all of our assets based on the law. But she put a little spice on it, a little bit of spice. The petitioner should be awarded a disproportionate share of the party's estates for the following reasons, including but not limited to. When you put included but not limited to, is to say this ain't everything. Potentially, maybe we can add something further. So she said the fault of the breakup of the marriage is his fault alone.
It's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Oh gosh, it's Jermaine's fault. All right, benefits of the innocent spouse. She's innocent. Of course, she's done no wrong in this. Have derived from the continuation of the marriage. Community indebtedness and liabilities, that's debt in basically, it's a roundabout way in my interpretation of, hey, he should have all the debt. Okay. tax consequences of the division of property, yeah, that's on him. Now, this is where it gets crazy, right? This her soulmate. Actual fraud committed by the respondent. Like what? Look, let me get out of here. So this is what happens when you're married, right? You married, you tell this person everything, you tell them all your secrets, and then not saying he committed fraud, but next thing you know, she like, hey, he actually committed fraud. And then you like, what? Is this not your soulmate? Is this not your soulmate? Hey, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. She wants her attorney's fees to be paid. And that's based off the earning power, business opportunities, capacities, and abilities of the spouses. She needs further support. Look, man, I pay alimony. I pay child support. And when your spouse asks for support, it will make you feel a certain type of way. I'm not going to speak on it. Maybe my ex, she watching. She might be. The nature of the property involved in the division. Hold on. What's this? Wasting of community assets by the respondent and reimbursement?
God damn.
Holy. Like, come on. Now she's saying, hey, you wasted some community property and I need to be reimbursed. I need to be reimbursed because you wasted my property because what's half of hers is half of his. No. This is how the saying goes, right? This saying derived from divorce. And basically it goes, her money is her money and half of your money is her money. But first, let me shout out Mr. Monster for the $5 donation to my lawyer fees because they killing me. He should still be with us. RIP JDF. Why does his death feel so unreal? Why does it feel like she had something to do with his deletion? And to his questions, it's unreal because I did a video on it that a week from basically him self-transitioning, he was planning to be at Comic-Con. Do I have that video in my load? Let's see. I do not have it here, but it's available. So that's why it feels unreal. And why does it feel like she had something to do with his self-deletion? And a lot of people say that it's primarily because she was the last person to see him. So imagine if me and Mr. Monster having a conversation, I leave to go get snacks and Mr. Monster self-transitions. And they're like, hey, Henry, what happened? And I'm like, oh no, we were cool. I just went to go get some snacks at the concession stand. They're like, Henry, is that all? Is that it? It's like, yeah, me and Mr. Monster, we were chilling. We were chilling. We was watching a movie. Mr. Monster was drunk. And Mr. Monster, you don't know this, but Mr. Monster been having self-deletion thoughts for 23 years. And I've been saving his life for 23 years. Without me, Mr. Monster wouldn't be here. And the one time I leave for 10 minutes, Mr. Monster gone. Thank you, Mr. Monster, for that donation. I really appreciate it, man. Or woman. I don't know if Mr. Monster or woman, but I appreciate it either way. Let's get back to the petition. Where was I? Where we at? All right. So if y'all want to send super chats and we could talk, we could do that. All right. So what I'm saying is this is what divorce looks like. It's all fun and games until you get divorced. So petitioner owns certain separate property that is not part of the community estate. Parties and petitioner request the court confirm that separate property is the petitioner's separate property in the estate. Basically, this is saying my property is my property. I need y'all to certify that my property is my property and his property is his property. The whole my money is mine and half of his money is mine. That's basically where that goes to reimbursement. Okay, we doubling down. Respondent has committed fraud on the community estate. Petitioner requests that the court reconstitute the community. All right, hold on. Petitioner requests that the court reconstitute the community estate to its full value prior to the respondent's JDF. I'm gonna just say JDF because respondent is so JDF's depletion of the community estate by his, not hers, his fraudulent acts, and divide the reconstituted community estate in a manner that the court deems just and right, including awarding his widow an appropriate share of the community estate in money judgment or both. God damn. She said, give me my money back or give me the estate. I'll take both. I'll take both. Oh my goodness. Like seeing this is so crazy. This is her soulmate. Let me stop for this super chat real quick. Francisco Martinez, RIP JDF. It truly feels unreal. The narratives don't make sense. They don't. Nope. They don't. Like, look, we gonna talk about the narratives. We got to get through this divorce petition because I got 10 documents, 10 documents to get through, and they all are explosive. Shout out to Francisco Martinez for the $5 donation to my lawyer fees. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep going. Oh gosh, when you see all this red, I just know it's like, oh my God, like what the, like it's all bad. All right, petitioner requests the court to reimburse the widow separate estate. Okay, so when you say separate estate, that's her money. She's requesting that she be awarded separate estates for funds and assets expended by the widow separate estate for the benefit of the community estate. Hey, all that money I put in, maybe I put some money in the house. I want that back. Pay me back, because CGA would say this, man. I hate quoting him during my live stream, but shout out to CGA. He would say something like to the effect that, what men give to women is a gift and what women give to men is a loan. And it's like that. It's like that. So as we see that, you've seen it in real life. So this is his philosophy, full censor. Those expenditures resulted in a direct benefit to the community estate. Like I said, she put some money into the house. Now she wants the money in the house back or something else. It could be anything. The community estate is so big. Petitioner's separate estate has not been adequately compensated for the benefit from the expenditure of those funds or assets, and failure by the court to allow reimbursement to her separate estate will result in an unjust enrichment of the community estate by the expense of her separate estate. Basically saying, if you don't give me my money back that I put in, it's not fair.
How dare you?
But anyway, let's keep going. God dang, man. Like, she requested a lot. And then, like, you see this down here? Man, petitioner requests the court to reimburse the community estate for funds or assets expended by JDF for fraud. So basically, any money he spent through fraud, she coming for on the community. Those expenditures resulted in a direct benefit for him and a deficit for the community. So that money that he frauded out of the community estate, and that could just be like a home equity loan. And maybe they're both names are on the titles, maybe not. And she like, hey, you took some money out and you need to make us whole again because I didn't sign off on that, or she didn't approve of that. But we gonna get to that. Like, I swear I have so much information, but it's a lot to unpack. The community estate has not been adequately compensated for or benefited from the expenditure of those funds or assets, and failure by the court not to allow reimbursement again will result in an unjust enrichment of JDF's estate at the expense of the community estate. Like, you can't win, man. You cannot win. And this is her soulmate. And divorce is always about money. Money, money, money. Kids, it's mostly money. All right, now let's get to this request for a temporary restraining order. Now, before we keep going, Let me check the likes. Let me check the likes. How many likes we got up in here? We got, all right, can I just get 10 more likes? Let me touch on what a TRO is and how they're used. It's a strategy, okay? So say you have kids and this is crazy because I'm arming people with information that could be used for good or bad. All right. Usually the first person to file can potentially file for a TRO. It's a temporary restraining order. And you typically see this with families when they have kids. And, not to throw shade to the women. I know I got some women here and a lot of women have been hitting me up. But typically you will see this from women. They file for the TRO and you could basically get a TRO. You could say, let's just use my boy Classy. All right, shout out to Classy. I ain't picking on him, but that's my man for 100 grand. You could say, Classy, my husband, smacked me in front of the kids. Therefore, I need a temporary restraining order. And if I don't get one, it's gonna be bad for me. And I need full custody until we can sort out the custody issue. That's what a TRO is. Temporary restraining order. And it comes with a lot of different things to kind of restrict the people. But in this marriage, make no mistake, is a business, right? So you have to think of it as a business. And the courts, they don't see JDF really as a person. They don't see even his widow as a person. They see them as a business entity, okay? So the TRO is going to be as a business entity because remember, they have no kids. They have no kids. Let's get back into it. All right, so petitioner requests the court to dispense with the issuance of a bond, and petitioner requests that the respondent be temporary restrained immediately. Like that immediately without hearing. Like, let me make this bigger for y'all. Let's make this bigger because I don't think y'all hear me. You people who want to keep getting married, the temporary restrained immediately without hearing. Like, forget what his side of the story is. He needs to be restrained, temporary. Like, this is what divorce looks like. No one talks about it. Everyone talks about, how great marriage is, but no one talks about the divorce. And after notice and hearing to be temporary enjoined pending the further order of this court so this is what she does not want him to do. Okay. And hold on. Judith with love is correct. That's exactly what Johnny Depp's ex did. Okay. Shout out to Judith. She filed for the TRO and she says, I don't want communicating with JDF in person, by telephone, in writing, in vulgar, profane, obscene, or indecent language, or in a coarse or offensive manner. This is her soulmate. I thought this was her soulmate. I thought this was the guy she couldn't live without. I thought that was him. Does this look like soulmate? If this is soulmate, what does enemy look like? This soulmate, you soulmate? Come on. Threatening the petitioner in person, by telephone, or in writing to make unlawful action against any person. Placing one or more telephone calls anonymously at any unreasonable hour in an offensive and repetitious manner or without legitimate purpose of communication. Don't call me. Now, they're basically saying, hey, don't call me. Causing bodily injury to her. Now, look, let me just say this. I do not support any man putting his hand on a woman. I do believe in equal rights, equals left, but don't just be surreptitiously just, handing out rights and you ain't received no lefts. And look, as an investigator, right, I have to be objective. So if I found a report that corroborates that something did happen with JDF, I would be obligated to report it, even if I'm a huge JDF fan. I grew up watching him, and that's just the nature of being an investigator. You report the good and the bad. And I can say this: I've found no police reports, so that makes me very happy. Threatening her with imminent bodily injury, basically saying if Hey, you can't say you're gonna delete her. Destroying or removing, concealing, encumbering, transferring, otherwise harming, reducing the value of properties. Okay, so now we got the physical stuff out the way. Now it's all business, all business, all business. Falsifying any record, misrepresenting or refusing to disclose the petitioner or the court or proper request the existence, amount, or location of any property of one or both parties. That's basically saying don't be hiding my stuff. Damaging or destroying tangible property. Don't be destroying anything of value. Tampering. No tampering with tangible property. Parties including documents. So don't be destroying your bank statements. Don't be destroying your pay stubs. Selling, transferring, assigning, mortgaging, encumbering, or any other manner, alienating any of the property of the petitioner respondent, whether personality or reality, like, or whether separate or community, except this specific authorized by the court. So basically, don't do nothing without the court's permission. Like, this is what a TRO looks like. It's very restrictive. No taking on any debt other than legal expenses, like what or whatever the court say. Making withdrawals from checking accounts or savings accounts in any financial institution for the purpose of this order of this court. So I got it. Jesus, man. This is wild. And the reason why, this is a reason why I say you don't want to have joint accounts, right? Because my man Billy, he had a joint account, and this is what happened.
Here I am being an honest man, right? You want to see what it gets you? This is what it is. She just emptied the bank account! And I just paid American Express. I'm fucked!
All right, so this is why you don't want to have joint bank accounts, because stuff like that can easily happen, and then you end up like Billy, with no bank account money because she took it off. Spending any sums of cash. God damn, man, this TRO, man, is really restrictive. It really pins you down, and you like, how can a man live when you can't even spend money? We gonna figure it out. Withdrawing or borrowing any money for any purpose for any retirement, profit sharing, pension, death, or employee benefit retirement. So basically, no borrowing money from your retirement, no taking money out. This is how she felt about the love of her life. Entering any safe deposit box. Don't be putting our money in a safety deposit box, okay? Like we that's what we not gonna do. Now here we go. The red stuff is where it gets dark. This is what I talked about in my divorce about life insurance, because you don't typically list life insurance unless someone has life insurance. So what does this say? Withdrawing or borrowing in any manner, all or any part of the cash surrender value of life insurance policies on the life of the petitioner, on her or himself, except as specifically authorized by this court order. So some life insurance policies, well, you could borrow from, like, you got $100,000 in your life insurance policy, you could take like 30,000 out. All right. Remember, red rhymes with what? Changing or any manner altering the beneficiary designation on any life insurance on the life of the petitioner. Jesus, man, or himself. So basically, you cannot take her off the policy and you cannot take himself off the policy. This is what love looks like. This is what divorce looks like. Canceling, altering, failing to renew or pay premiums or any manner affecting the present level of coverage of any life, casualty, automobile, health insurance policies insuring the parties, property, or persons. So you can't take her off the I'm getting my words messed up. You can't take her off the policy. You can't take yourself off the policy. You can't borrow from the policy. You can't even cancel the policy. This is how restrictive marriage can be sometimes. I'm telling you, like, man, and we ain't even done. We're not even done. We're not done. We 50 minutes in and we ain't even made it through hers, man. This is Man. All right. Taking any action to terminate, limit credit cards or charge cards in the name of her. So don't disconnect my god doggone credit cards. Discontinuing or reducing the withholding for federal income taxes on your job or salary while this case is pending. Like, wait, I can't even stop paying my taxes while I'm getting divorced. You killing me. Like, seriously, I can't stop paying my taxes. It's crazy. Destroying or disposing of altering financial records. Destroying, disposing of altering any emails. So the email thing is funny because it's not funny. It's actually good because he probably does a lot of communication via email before his shows, and it talks about money. So guess what they could pull? They could pull the emails for the money. All right. Let's go. Remember, this so petty, man. Like, what this next part I'm about to read is all in red, and it talks about, well, it's green for the most part because that's money, and then it talks in red, and this is what marriage looks like from your soulmate when you're saying, "Hey, the love is lost. I don't want to be in love no more. I don't want to be with this person anymore." And this is how they do you. This is how they do you. Terminating or in any manner affecting the service of water, electricity, gas, telephone, cable television, or any other contractual services such as security, pest control, landscaping, or yard maintenance. Like, so not only does she want to, she wants support, she wanted to keep paying the bills. That blacked out part is their address. Like I said, I don't dox people over here, but it ain't hard to find. Or any manner attempting to withdraw deposits for service in connection with those services. Like, look at this TRO. This so restrict, it just handcuffs you. You can't do nothing. Excluding the petitioner from use and enjoyment of the residence located at, that's the house, entering or operating or exercising control over the vehicle in the possession of her. Oh gosh, man. Disturbing the peace of the petitioner. This is new. Like, Jesus, man. She requests that she be authorized as follows: to make expenditures to incur indebtedness, reasonable and necessary living expenses for food, clothing, and shelter, transportation. Holy. What else? To make expenditures and incur indebtedness for reasonable attorney fees. So you can live, you can pay your attorney fees. You can only make withdrawals for this court's order. I am getting fatigued. Now look at this part right here. All right. This is for a temporary order for injunction, and it's basically the same as the TRO. It's just saying, hey, we not only need the court order, and if we can't get the court order, we seeking an injunction. We want to make sure we stop him from doing all that. Everything we listed above, we just about to relist again. It's the same thing. I'm a zip through it if something stick out. It's the same thing. The TRO and the injunction is the same thing. It's just copying and pasting, copying and pasting. And I'm just showing y'all because being an investigator, I have to be transparent. Like, I'm not about to just jump from this page to that page. Hey, still got to pay the cable. Request for temporary orders concerning the property. Here we go. Okay. She wants exclusive use of the house and possession of the residence located at whatever, all the furniture, all the furnishings, and other personal property at that residence, while this case is pending and enjoining the respondent from entering or remaining the premises of the residence and exercising possession, control of any personal property except authorized by the court. Awarding the petitioner exclusive use and control of the vehicle in her possession and enjoining the respondent from entering. So she like, I know you're the love of my life, but I don't want to see you on the property. Like, I thought this was the love of your life. This is your soulmate we talking about. And now you asking for a TRO and you don't even want him coming on the goddamn property. That, guess what? Who you think paid for it? You think she paid for it? Do you think she paid for it?
Nope.
Oh gosh. This is what gets me. This is why I'm so passionate about divorce, because I'm going through a divorce. And when I see stuff like this happening to JDF, I'm like, dang, man, like this could be me. This could be me. All day. All day. This could be me. This could be me going through this. I'm happy it's not, but it may not be me. But don't think for 1 second. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes, she was trying to keep him out of the house. We about to go back to it. We about to go back to it so y'all can see it. Right here. Hey. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? She wants exclusive use and possession of the residence. Exclusive means hers. Exclusive means hers. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. She wants the house, the car. There's proof. There's what the TMZ article was posting. That's what people reported. Request for interim attorney fees and temporary support. Like, what? Oh, gosh, man. And you know who she said it? It's Jermaine's fault.
It's always Jermaine's fault.
It's his fault, so he should have to pay me.
Nope.
Anyway, where we at? Where we at? I'm sorry, I'm skipping over some stuff. She wants the temporary support. Petitioner requests a court notice and hearing for preservation of property and protection of all properties, make temporary orders and issue any appropriate temporary injunctions regarding attorney fees and support deemed necessary and equitable. Necessary and equitable. Oh my God. Gosh, man, this is long. Petitioner requests that the respondent be ordered to pay reasonable interim attorney fees. She wants them to pay the attorney fees. All right, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Petitioner has insufficient income. What? She don't got no job. She don't got no job. Petitioner has insufficient income for support, and petitioner request a court order to respond to make payments for the support of the petitioner until the final decree is signed. Like, oh gosh. Oh my goodness. All right, we almost done with this one document. Remember, I got 9 more to go, man. We might have to break this up into 2 parts because we about an hour in and we just getting through her divorce. Like, think about that. Think about that. That's right. That's right. That's right. Get a job, sis. That's right. What did Sci-Fi Ninja say? Why didn't he get a good lawyer? Look, bro, I'm explaining this to you. Does not matter if you have a good lawyer or a great lawyer. The laws are not on your side if you're the breadwinner in the marriage. And that's facts. All right, what is she requesting? Petition request that the respondent be ordered to pay estimated income taxes on the due dates as required by the IRS and under Social Security numbers of both. Look, she got to pay his and her income taxes. God damn, man. Like,
God damn.
this is full of that. This is the love of her. This is her soulmate. What would you do this for your soulmate? Probably not. Ancillary relief. Petitioner requests a court notice a hearing for the preservation of the property and protection of parties and to make orders for discovery and ancillary relief deemed necessary. Ordering the respondent to provide sworn inventory and appraisement of all separate and community property owned and claimed by the parties in debts and liabilities owned to the parties substantially informed, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I need a list of your stuff. I need a list of my stuff because I need to know what I'm going to get. Like, oh, man, this is, oh gosh, this is her attorney. Well, make sure I ain't skipping nothing. Hey, I need a copy. This right here is I need a copy of everything that you have. And where are we at right here? This is her attorney. All costs should be basically, he need to pay for my god doggone attorney fees. I want him out the house. I want him to pay for my attorney fees. And let me drop a prayer. Let me drop a prayer for y'all, right? Okay, something very controversial, and this may piss some people off. Who is she praying to? Who is she praying to? Because you will hear some people say that there is no God in marriage. And, that's, believe what you want to believe. That's on you. But I could tell you what, the only God in divorce is the God doggone judge. The judge. She's praying to the judge. Do you see that? She's praying for the judge. Let's see what she's praying for. Let's see what she's praying for. The petitioner prays that the citation and notice issue as required by law and the court grant a divorce and all other relief requested in this petition. Okay. She's praying to the judge that the court immediately grant the TRO, restrain him in conformity with the allegations. Look, allegations. We just saw a man jump from Disney based on false allegations. Look at these allegations. We got fraud, we got adultery, we got cruel treatment. Those are 3 serious allegations. What if this gets to the public? What if this gets to his fans? What if this gets to the people back in Legend of the White Dragon? These some serious allegations. You're trying to bury him. So don't spare me when you say, hey, this is the love of my life. I'm just not buying it. All right, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little passionate because I'm sorry, I'm emotional. I take this very seriously. From the allegations of this petition, from the assets set forth above, and the petitioner prays, here she go, praying again to the judge, that notice in hearing this property restraining order be made temporary injunction. Petitioner prays that the court, in addition to a temporary restraining order and temporary injunction prayed for above, after notice and hearing, grant a temporary injunction. All right, what else? Petitioner prays for attorney fees, expenses, costs, interest as above. Petitioner prays for Jennifer relief. This is signed by her attorney, and we can get out of here. So we are in. We saw her divorce. We saw what she wants. Let's just do a quick recap. What is she wanting? Now, guess what? This is the love of her life. This is her soulmate. But what happens when you get divorced, and I can speak from experience, and I can only speak from what I've observed and what I've been dealing with. And actually, I've actually did 2 coaching calls. That's crazy, trying to help other men go through divorce. But when you go through divorce, all the love is lost. When you see this filing, there is no love in this court filing right here. There is no like, hey, I don't care how he is. I don't care if he's kicked out on the street. I don't care if he can't afford to pay me. I only care about me. And this is a man. This ain't just a man. This is like someone's hero. This is a lot of people's hero. So this is how your hero is getting treated in his divorce. And guess what? He's powerless. Nothing can stop him. No one can help him. What does Harm Rob say? Like, first, Harm Rob, thank you for the donation and contributing to my lawyer fees. He says, be as passionate as you want to be, brother. Look, man, if I get any more passionate, I'm going to have to do a commercial break, and then I'm going to come back with sunglasses, because that's how deep this is. And I didn't talk about this, but, when you go through divorce, you go through the 5 stages of grief. And for JDF, right? There's 5 stages. Where is they at? Where are they at? I got them listed. I didn't go through it. You have denial, right? I went through denial. I went through the, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. Then you go through anger. I went through anger where you just mad. Like, what the heck is going on? And then you go through the bargaining stage, right? Where you're trying to bargain with, your ex. I really didn't go through the bargaining stage. Not saying like I'm like tough or nothing, but you go through the bargaining stage. She may have tried to bargain with me, and maybe I didn't take the bargain because I didn't want to. And then you go through depression. And that's where JDF was at. He was at the depression stage. Depression, and maybe he couldn't take it. Or on the flip side, maybe the person who's known him for 23 years know exactly what to say to set him off. Maybe I wasn't in the room. But when you know a person for 23 years, you could You know exactly how to push their damn buttons. And you know their weaknesses. You know their insecurities. You look, there's certain things that, you know, my ex could say to me that'll trigger an argument, and there's certain things I could say to her that'll trigger an argument. Everyone who's been in a long-term relationship knows it. But after that depression stage, you get to acceptance. And that's where I'm at. So I could smile like, yeah, I'm getting cashed out, bruh. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm making videos to pay lawyer fees. And you know, my old YouTube channel, that shit's gone. Like, it's gone. It was monetized. She named it in divorce, and I just was like, hey, I start a new channel. Here we go. HenryResilient. Let's go. Thank you, Harm Rob, for the $5 cash app or the super chat. But let's get back to it. Let's keep going, man. But when y'all look at divorce, let's see what this is our hero. This is what she's saying about our hero. Most people in this chat, y'all looked up to JDF. Y'all like me. Y'all growing up watching Power Rangers on the weekends. Hey, this is what we do. And what happened, right? What happened after she filed? Hold on. Before we go to that, I want you to pay attention to the dates. Because remember, I said as an investigator, you have to build a timeline. You have to build a timeline. Give me 1 second. I just want to bring your attention to the upper right-hand corner. You see, it was filed on 8/8 at 12 a.m. So basically that morning. What happens next? What happens next? Does anyone know what happens next before I show y'all? Before I show y'all what happens next, does anyone know what happens next? Can anyone guess? Shout out to Kazi Warrior 93 for the $20 donation to my lawyer fees. I really appreciate you. And you know, Kazi Warrior, you see that picture? He met him. Yo, I done had so many long conversations with Kazi Warrior, just talking about JDF and talking about our suspicions. And it's bad. But anyone know what happens next after she filed for divorce? Just quickly. What happens next? Anybody know? Just hey, what happened after she filed for divorce? I'll see if anyone get it right, because I'm about to pull it up. I'm about to show you exactly what happened. Anyone? Thank you, Kazi Warrior, for the $20 super chat and contributing to my lawyer fees, because I need it. I do, man. Shout out to you. All right. It don't look like anyone guessed what happened next. No one put nothing in the chat. All right, I'll show you. All right, where we at? This is what happened next. This is what happened. Let me zoom in for y'all so y'all can see. What is this? Look at the date in the upper right-hand corner. This the TRO. This is the TRO. It was granted. This is... Let me make sure I got the right one. Yep. All right. So what happened? She applied for the TRO on the 8th, and it was granted. How long do y'all think it took to get the goddamn TRO done? It's gonna blow your mind, but it's not as bad as you think, right? It's not as bad for our guy as you think. The court examined the pleadings of her and find that the petitioner is entitled to a temporary restraining order. It is therefore ordered that the clerk of this court issue a TRO restraining her and him. So that's a little victory, right? They restrained both of them. And they basically restrained both of them for basically doing everything that she cited. So it's a little bit fair. But if they had kids and she said, I want them out the house, she probably would have got the house. This is basically what they do, is they just copy and paste. They copy and paste. So everything that she named was granted, just like that. And look at this in red. because this is the part that I want to hammer home. Withdrawing or borrowing any manner or any part of cash, surrender value of life insurance policies on the relief of the petitioner respondent, except as specifically authorized by the court. No taking money off the life insurance. Now that's really odd, right? You divorcing this person, they say, hey, keep her on as the beneficiary, don't take no money out, and you got to keep paying it. So I'm in that position. I can't cancel my life insurance policy. It's look, you know, let me tell y'all something. Do you know how scary it is when you have a life insurance policy on your head and you driving and someone swerve and cut you off? It's scary. Oh my gosh. Like, and this is JDF. He's living with this. And mind you, he has issues, according to her, for 23 years. So let's keep going. They got to keep paying the credit card bills. We're going to get down to the good stuff because the TRO is fair. I know it's our hero. It's our guy, but it's fair. So he got to keep the water, lights, and gas and electricity on. But there's this red part. Remember, they both are given this TRO, excluding the other party from use and enjoyment of the residence located at their house. It's redacted. We don't dox people here. So she got the TRO. No one's talking about the god dog on TRO. No one's even asking her like, hey, did you get a TRO on him? No, it's just, hey, he was troubled. Leave it alone. Believe all women. Believe all women. Believe all women. We got a super chat. Thank you, Mr. Monster, for another donation. So maybe I could have done it by his own hands, but after an argument, maybe she dared him to do it or told him something that made him want to do it. You've been with this guy 23 years. Mr. Monster, if you've been in a long-term relationship with someone for 23 years who suffered from depression, you know exactly what makes them depressed. And you're divorcing them. And you asking them to get kicked out the house. You're asking for temporary support. And you really don't care who he is or how he is. So, yeah, you know exactly. It's a possibility. I'm not saying she did say something, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that she said something. Not out of the realm. Thank you again for contributing to my lawyer fees because, hey, it's tough out here. All right. So he has use of the house. But if someone is trying to kick you out the house, do you really want to go back and you got a lot of money on your head? It is further ordered that the petitioner responder are authorized as follows. All the yellow stuff is basically living expenses. Like y'all can pause it and come back and read it, but we an hour and 13 minutes in. We got to keep going. Y'all want to get through this all tonight or y'all want to be here tomorrow or the next day? Let me check the likes. We got 145 likes, 176 people. Can I get 5 more likes? Make sure I hit the like button. Help with the stream. Help me out. So all the yellow is for living expenses. You know, you can still buy clothes. They can still buy medical. They can make extenders for debt for legal fees. Only withdrawals from financial institutions by this order. So you got to follow the order. You can't take a vacation. Like imagine you're going through the hardest part in your life and you can't even take a vacation to get away. To engage in acts reasonable and necessary to conduct that party's usual business and occupation. So keep doing what you've been doing. Now, this restraining order is effective immediately and shall continue in force in full effect until the further order of the court is until expired by operation. What else? It is further ordered. This is where it goes. Like now, this is where we're starting to heat up, guys. Remember the dates. He got this. We about to see what date he got it. JDF is ordered to appear in person to furnish sufficient to furnish information sufficient to accurately identify respondents' net resources and ability to pay support and bring with him tax returns for the past 2 years, a financial information statement substantially in the form of a detail prescribed by the basically Texas, and it's ordered that he bring these documents to court on August 30th, 2022. The preceding TRO should be made. Now, look, that's when he has to produce the documents. All right. August 30th, 2022. Remember, she filed for divorce, and now he has to produce 2 years of tax returns, August 30th. Now, who we got here? Let me tell y'all something about Judith. Judith with love. First of all, thank you for the donation to my legal fees. What'd she say? You are awesome. You are awesome. Whoa. You are awesome because dang. FYI, fix your autofocus to see. Oh, snap. It's blurry. All right, let me. All right, there we go. There we go. Thank you for the super. But let me tell y'all about Judith, right? Judith messages me on Instagram. That's right. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. You know what she messaged me about? JDF. Hey, have you seen this video? Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, what's going on with what's your take about this? She is a huge JDF fan. Very positive person. I've had plenty interactions with her, all positive, all talking about JDF. So thank you, Judith with love, for contributing to my lawyer fees. I really appreciate it. Shout out to you. All right, let's keep going, y'all. Proceed to temporary restraining order should be made a temporary injunction on this August 30th. So basically saying, hey, on August 30th, we're going to see if we have to make an injunction, which is basically a TRO on steroids. I don't know if I can say that. Stream might be demonetized. And what are they going to determine at this hearing? If it should be turned into an injunction, if the additional temporary injunction prayed for, because she prayed to the judge, should be granted, the petitioner should be awarded the exclusive use and possession of the party's residence, furniture, furnishings, while this case is pending, and the respondent should be enjoined from entering or remaining in the premises of the residence except authorized by this court order. You see that? At this hearing, they're going to determine if she should get the goddamn house. Sad world, man. The petitioner should be awarded exclusive use and control of the vehicle in her possession. The court ordered to pay JDF to make them pay until basically support until it's over, temporary spousal support, to pay her attorney fees. The court should order respondent to pay estimated income taxes. Basically, hey, we're going to figure out if we have to do everything that she asked for. And guess when this was signed, right? This was signed 2 days later. Look at that. Hold on. Let me make it bigger. Let me make it bigger for y'all. I mean, that's what, let me not. 2 days later, signed, sealed, and delivered. So that's a TRO. Now look, we about to go deeper because like I said, this should be covered by Dateline, really. Like when I start finding all of the different information out about JDF, I'm like, yo, why is this not on Dateline? Because he's not super famous. They don't care. So they don't care about JDF like that. And it hurts my feelings. Like personally, when I look at it as a man going through divorce, I could have been in that box and somebody could have been at my funeral wearing a white dress with jean jackets. Oh, Belinda M. Oh my God. She's trying to help me beat the case. Belinda M. No comment at all. Like, Belinda, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, man. Like, I appreciate that. Belinda, like, I swear, y'all have no idea how hard divorce is. And this is therapeutic for me. I kid you not, it's therapy. I get to tell my story. I get to look in JDFs. But like when people support me like that, when Belinda just dropped that on me, Belinda M, like, I appreciate you so much. At the end, I'm gonna drop the link. But Linda, if you want to come up and share how you feel about JDF, you are than welcome. Front of the line. But remember, let's get into, again, shout out to Belinda. And let's get into what happened, because we know what happened, right? And I got the tape. I got the tape like Chauncey. He was served. He was served at Comic-Con. And this is gonna break y'all heart, because it broke mine. All right. He was served at Comic-Con. And if you know JDF, that's his bread and butter. That's where he probably met Kazi Warrior there. That's where he probably met a lot of people. And to be doing something you love and then being served by the love of your life, per se, at Comic-Con, man, like, Belinda, what you think about that? Like, Belinda, come on, share something. Share your thoughts. So, all right, this is the affidavit of service. So basically, what happens when you file for divorce and you need to serve someone, you hire a service that serves people. Their job is to basically go serve people. So I blocked out all the pertinent information, but this is his job number, because guess what? The company serving him only sees him as a job. This is brought to you by plaintiff Tammie Frank, his quote unquote soulmate. This person states, I am over 18 and I am competent to make this affidavit of service. I am not party to this suit nor related. So you basically can't have them related. And what happened? Someone dropped a dime on him. Somebody is Classy still here? Is Classy still here? Is Classy still in the chat? Y'all following this Young Thug and this YSL case? Someone dropped a dime on our hero JDF and said, hey, he is right here. I know exactly where he's at. Go serve him now. And who do you think had that information? Now, granted, he does post a lot, so it ain't hard to find. But Kazi Warrior is right. Kazi Warrior is exactly right. You don't ever serve anyone at work like that in front of their fans. You goddamn right, Kazi. You right. Now, look, I did some digging, but here we go, right? So let's see. This is his name. This is where he at. This is Comic-Con. This is in Lubbock, Texas. This is August 19th at 6:44. Uh-oh. What do we have? We have an unsuccessful attempt, right? That's what we want to see, right? Because we don't want our guy getting served. Because guess what they're going to serve him with? This temporary restraining order and the hearing. Hey, you got this TRO and you got to come to this hearing. So what happened? This is August 19th, 2022 at 11 a.m. at this place, at this address. This person arrived and spoke with blah, blah, blah. This is the promoter of the Hub City Comic-Con who advised that JDF flight had been delayed. I walked the entire venue. I could not locate JDF. I called the promoter later in the day, and he advised me that JDF had canceled the event. This is where you know you got friends, right? If someone is trying to serve me and they call you like, hey, where Henry at? You better say, hey, I don't know. Is he coming here today? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he canceled that, right? But these process servers, they are resilient, right? So what happens? She got him. Successful attempt, August 19th, 6:44 at the same spot. I arrived. I met with the fire marshal. I blocked out his name, who was on duty near the entrance. I requested an escort to the table where JDF was signing goddammit autographs for fans, for the people he loved, for the people who loved him, for the people that looked up to him, for our hero. He's signing autographs. What'd they do? They hop in line. I waited for JDF to finish with a fan and approached him. Hey, Mr. Frank confirmed his identity, but refused the document stating he was busy at the time. She got him. Got him. Right while he's signing fans. Could you imagine being the fan who's getting that autograph signed, and then you walk off and the next person come up and say, hey, JDF? He like, oh yeah, what's up? You've been served. He like, oh, I'm busy. She like, I don't care. So I placed the documents referenced herein on the table that he was using to sign autographs. So basically, she put the documents on the table where he was signing autographs and advised that I was delivering a citation, because that's what it was, the original petition for divorce, and the temporary restraining order.
God damn.
Security officer blank with the Lubbock Defense Security was present. So basically saying, these are the people who witnessed it. Okay? And this is signed and sealed. And there is your proof that he was served at Comic-Con. Now, this pisses me off because this is her soulmate. And someone told where JDF was, and they said, hey, we're going to buy a ticket. We're going to go there. We're going to serve him. We're going to serve him at Comic-Con. And I looked up this Comic-Con, but I had to reset my computer. So he was served at 6:44, right? What time did Comic-Con end? It ended at 9 p.m. So with it ending at 9 p.m. that day, after he got served, he had to stay at work and keep signing autographs. Like, what? And you saw the divorce petition. You saw the TRO. So think about that. Hey, I'm at work. I'm happy. I know I'm going through a rough patch with my wife, but I'm signing autographs. Bam, served. Anyway, what happens? We almost there, y'all. Bear with me. We gonna get through. We should be able to get through everything. And the final bomb is going to. And what does Monica say? Please tell me you're joking. No, I'm not joking. I'll put it back up for you. I'll put it back up. Maybe Monica just came in. There it go, right there. He was served at Comic-Con. This is the affidavit of service. This is saying, hey, yes, he was served. Look, yeah. Like, there you go. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. What happens next? Because, of course, I got it. All right. Let's see. This is JDF's response on September 6th in the upper right-hand corner. This is what he says. Like, I can't imagine what he was going through getting served at Comic-Con in front of his fans and still having to stay at Comic-Con. And now this is what he responds. This is roughly, 2 weeks later? Because it takes time. Maybe he didn't know divorce was coming. She said he had a lawyer. So the 2 weeks, what does he say? This is respondent's original answer. So when you get divorced, I'll go into this for a second because no one on YouTube has this information. It's just me, because I'm the only one who cares. It seems like you got people in, the Believe All Women people telling me,
How dare you?
like, what? And then, you got the wife saying,
It's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
so it's only really just me investigating this. And I'm just devastated. Like when I'm finding this, I'm just like, oh gosh, man. Like, any compassion for the love of your life?
Nope.
Any love?
Nope.
Do you care if he has to work?
Nope.
Do you care if he's not going to be okay that night?
Nope.
Now look, when I read this one, right? I'm going to read his answer. So after someone files for divorce, you have to answer. You have to basically say you agree with the divorce or disagree with the divorce. And after that, you have to, mostly people do an answer and counterclaim. So his answer is pretty short, but his counterclaim is actually a little longer. Where are we at? Hour and 29 minutes. We gonna get to it, man. We might, man. Gosh, it's almost 10 o'clock. Woo. All right. What does he say? He's the original answer in petition for the divorce. It's just him answering. Respondent enters in a general denial. So hey, what's she saying? He's saying is cap. He's saying stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
You like stop the cap. And he says nothing in his answer should be constructed as a challenge to the premarital agreement signed April 1st, 2003. Whew, gosh, man. When you bailing on a piece of paper, oh, sorry. I don't got it on the screen. I'm sorry. I don't got it on the screen. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. All right. Here we go. Sorry about that. This is his response. He generally denies it. He basically says,
Stop the cap.
and then he responds with, hey, we signed the prenup. I'm not challenging our prenup. He doesn't want an associate judge overseeing this. Attorney's fees. This is where it get a little spicy, right? I'm not going to read all this because we want to get through it. This is his lawyer in black. This is for him. And he says he's the respondent, requests that reasonable attorney fees, expenses, and costs through final judgment after appeal be taxed as costs to be ordered and paid directly to respondent's attorney, who may enforce the order in the attorney's own name. So he like, no, you paying me back. Now look at his prayer, right? Look at his prayer. You saw she prayed for like 30, you know what? She prayed for 50, 11 things. What does he pray for? He got two prayers. Respondent prays that all relief requested by his widow be denied, and the respondent be granted all relief requested in this answer. Respondent also prays for attorney fees, expenses, costs, and interest as required above. So he just like, look, she capping. I just don't want y'all to grant her any support. And I'm like, hey, look, I ain't gonna front. When I got divorced and I filed, well, hold up. Sorry about that. When I got divorced and I filed, I was praying for the same thing, but it was different because she works. So I was praying like, hey, I don't want no support. Please, judge. Please, judge. And you know what he looked, the judge said,
You stupid.
and yeah, I'm paying child support. All right, so what do we have next? Where we at? All right. This is what we have next. How y'all feel about this, man? I got to take a break. Am I doing good, doing bad? What y'all want me to keep going? Y'all want me to save it for tomorrow? Because we close to the halfway mark. We're about an hour and a half in. And I appreciate that, Sci-Fi Ninja. What do you want me to do? Should I keep going? We got somebody who went through a divorce. Bro, thought my first divorce I thought was screwed, but thankfully the judge saw through her bull crap and everything was handled evenly like it should. Okay, Brent Day. All right, we're going to touch on that. I know he ain't sent a super chat, but we going to touch on that because, oh, no, I didn't. I forgot I had to reset my computer. So put a 1 in the chat if I should keep going. Put a 2 in the chat if I should stop because, hey, it's been an hour and a half and I'm still going. I still got probably a lot left, but I still want to get y'all up here. So if we put a 1, I'll keep going. We put a 2, I'll bring y'all up and we can just talk about this first part. Okay, I see some ones. I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. All right, make sure y'all like the stream. We a couple likes short. Will there be a rewatch? Yes. However, I'm not sure for all of it because when I tell you I got some explosive discoveries, this should be on Dateline. I kid you not, because when I saw this, I'm like, okay, look, let's go. Okay, Judith said keep going. All right, Judith said keep going. We got a lot of 1s in the chat. I'm going to keep going. But let me tell y'all, when I saw this, because look, most people, I have the complete picture. I have from beginning to end, and no one on YouTube has it but me. No one but me. So Judith said keep going. A lot of 1s in the chat. We going to keep going. All right, so this is his counter petition. Let me make it bigger for y'all so y'all can get a good look. Because I know y'all want that premarital agreement. I know you do. All right. So what is he saying? Discovery. He doesn't want a trial judge. Some personal information I blocked out. He's a resident of Texas. Service of this document is in accordance with that. Court record. All right. Protective order statement. No protective order currently. Okay. This is what he said to her in response to her filing. Okay. Dates of marriage and separation. He agreed, which is odd, but some people just agree. All right. And what does he say? The grounds for divorce is, right? The marriage has become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities between counter petitioner, which is he's the counter petitioner. So counter petitioner is him because basically she's saying, I wanted to file for divorce. He's saying, no, I'm filing for divorce. So he's the counter petitioner. So when you see counter petitioner, it's him. That destroys all right, let's get back. The marriage has become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities between counter petitioner and her that destroys the legitimate ends of marriage relationship. And he says it prevents any reasonable expectation of reconciliation. Sorry, am I too loud? Am I too passionate? Because he's like, no, there's no chance in hell we're getting together. We're reconciling. That's my interpretation of it. What do y'all think? Correspondent is guilty of cruel treatment towards him and of a nature that renders further living unsupportable. Like I said, there's that cruel treatment. And to be fair to both sides, to be fair to him and his widow, I did not find any police report in which it was called for him. So with that in mind, like I said, when you're an investigator, you have to be fair. You got to be fair because if you're not fair, then people are going to say, hey, you're biased. And look, I ain't trying to be biased. I just want the truth. Just want the truth. All right, let's get back to it. There is no child born or adopted. So there we go with that no child stuff. Now, people like, how in the hell did I get a copy of the god doggone prenup? A counter, he is saying they have entered into a premarital agreement and their marital property rights in certain property and or during the marriage. A copy of the agreement is attached to this pleading as respondents exhibit 1. Look. Where are we at? Yes, I have the prenup. No cap. This is that, but we not there yet. We still here. We still here. We got a long way to go. This is what I'm asking y'all. Y'all want me to keep going? People saying yes. Kazi warrior going off. Kazi, chill, Kazi. Kazi. We know. All right. A copy of the prenup is attached. He requests the court enforce the agreement and divide the marital estate in accordance with his terms. That's important, right? When someone says, hey, I got the prenup, we got to divide it based on that, not what she wants. Who cares what she wants? We got the prenup. The prenup gonna save me. Okay, nothing in this position should be construed as a challenge to the premarital agreement. Now, here we go. Division of community property. He believes that he and her will enter into an agreement for the division of the estate. So look at this, right? He still got faith. He got like, look, we gonna come to an agreement. He's not even asking the courts to separate it. He's coming in first like, hey, we could figure this out. If such an agreement is made, he requests the court approve the agreement and divide their estate in a manner consistent with the agreement. If such agreement is not made, he requested the court to divide their estate in a manner that court deems just right as provided by law. Okay, that's right. Who said this? Echo? All right. There we go. Like I said, if y'all want to support, I appreciate y'all. Hey, make sure I like the stream for all the new people in here. Like the god doggone stream. All right, so where we at? Separate property. Counter petitioner, he, JDF, owns certain separate property that's not part of the community estate of the parties. And the counter petitioner requests the court confirm that separate property as counter petitioner's separate property and estate. Okay? So he's asking for the same thing. Typically in divorce, whatever the woman asks for, the guy asks for. Okay? It's not bizarre. It's not bizarre. Where are we at right here? He's requesting for a temporary injunction in order. Now, his is different. His injunction in order is way different. Let's read it. All right. Basically, he's saying counter petition requests that the court enjoin her for the following: intentionally communicating with him in person or in any other manner, including by telephone or another electronic voice transmission, video chat, in writing, or by electric messaging, by use of vulgar, profane, obscene, or indecent language, or in any course of offensive manner with the intent to annoy or alarm him. God damn. Like, hey, don't, she's saying don't call me. He say, look, don't even annoy me. Okay, no threats. Hey, don't threaten me. That's pretty standard. This more, don't talk to me. No destroying property. That's what's in green. Intentionally misrepresenting or refusing this closed counter petitioner. Like, don't hide money. Basically, it's everything that she wanted, he wants. Hey, no selling my stuff. No selling my Mighty Morphin stuff. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. Especially as he got a lot of memorabilia that's worth a lot. No withdrawing money. Basically, everything that she wants, he wants. It's even the borrowing from the life insurance. None of that. No change in any manner. No change in altering the beneficiary on the life insurance policy. Now I see we got some ones coming in a little late. Some people, look at this. They behind. I'm telling you that no one has this. No one has the prenup. And when you're an investigator, I'll tell you how you get stuff like this. Basically, everything she's asking for, he's asking for. It's more of the same. Now, this one is where it gets good, right? Using any password or personal identification number to gain access to his email account, bank account, social media account, or any electronic account. What is this? What is this? Who has control of his social media account right now? Who? It ain't him. He wasn't even following her. Like, hold on. Who has control of his social media account? That was his wish. I just read it. He said, hey, I don't want her to have access to my social media account or any electronic account. So you mean to tell me when he filed this, and we know September, I don't want her to have access to my social media account? Who has access? They talking about this is his wishes. His wishes, like, bruh. No, was that his wishes?
Nope.
No, for her to have his account?
Nope.
Come on, you saw she was kicking him out the house. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, this part that I'm about to read is explosive. It's in red. First, we're going to do the green. We're going to do the green, and then we're going to get to the red. Let me show you. All right, because I have a theory. All right. We just saw this right up here. Hey, I don't want her to use my password to gain any access to my social media account. Okay. Now let's keep going down. All right. I'm intentionally hiding something. Entering or operating or exercising control over his 2001 spec Softail Harley. We know he loved his bikes. His Road Glide Special or any vehicle in his possession. All right, here we go. What's this in red? What is this in red? Providing any information with regard to this divorce matter to any social media or news outlets, including but not limited to TMZ, TMZlive.com, or its affiliates. Now, let's play a little detective. Let's play a little detective. I'm about to do some digging, right? He said, don't tell TMZ, right? Let's look it up. Actually, you can look this up live with me. All right, we're gonna do this together. We are gonna do this together because I want some crowd involvement. Let's do it together. He said, hey, don't inform TMZ. Jason, David, Frank, divorce, TMZ. All right. What is this? What is this? What is this date? Remember, he was served on the 19th. Look at this. Look at this. Remember, she filed on the 8th. She filed on the 8th. Nothing came out on the 8th to the 13th. Okay. When did it come out? After he got served. You know why? You know why it came out after he got served? Because when you're with someone for 23 years, you know his image is everything. His image is everything. And what do they want to do? What do? They take it to the court of public opinion and say what? Hey, he cheated on me. He cheated on me. He took community funds. What else? What else did they say? And you know, she posted this, which is look at this. Oh gosh. This post was definitely about him. I covered it in my last live stream. But someone leaked it to TMZ. And what does it say? We're told. Who told him? Who told TMZ he was served the divorce papers over the weekend while he was at Comic-Con? What? Who told them? Who leaked it? Like, think about this. You know his image is everything. He got people riding on it, people betting on, people investing money on him. Who's telling on him? Like, God damn. Oh gosh. You see, this is how investigations go. It's crazy. Where are we at? All right, we still got to follow the timeline before we get to that prenup. Jesus, where are we at? Okay, we right here. We are right here. We said, hey, 201 people in the chat. Can we get like 3 likes so all the new people? All right. He don't want you sharing nothing with TMZ or any outlets. So why in the hell is she doing an interview with people? Remember this? Why she do this? Why she do this interview? He said, hey, we honor his dying wishes around here. We honoring his dying wishes. She got the divorce papers. She know he didn't want no one knowing about whatever was going on in their life. Why she do that? Where we at? I think I lost my spot. All right, we're right here. All right, so don't tell TMZ. Let's keep going. The TRO. He wants his bikes. What else? Where we at? Hey, he wants his attorney fees. Hey, I want you to pay my attorney fees. That's where we at. I want you to pay my attorney fees. Prayer. He's praying to the judge too, because in divorce court, the judge is God. And you don't realize that until you in divorce court. Prays that the citation notice issue as required by law, that the court grant a divorce. So he's praying for a divorce. How hard is that when you're a man praying for divorce? Think about that. He prays that the court immediately grant a TRO against restraining her in conformity with the allegations of his counter petition for the acts set forth above. He prays that after notice and hearing temporary restraining order be made an injunction. Hey, we need to stop her from doing anything. He prays for attorney fees. He's like, no, you pay my stuff. And that's his lawyer signing. Like you can go further down on this. That's the attorney signing it. And what's this? This is what it looks like. Hey, this is basically all the stuff is done electronically. So where are we at? We still following the timeline. Share this tab. We haven't got to the prenup yet. Don't worry. We gonna get there. It's almost 2 hours, and then we're gonna bring y'all up because once we get to the prenup, it's explosive. It's explosive. Please take notice above. This is the hearing. We already kind of talked on this, but we need the dates. I want y'all to see the dates. This is October 5th. October 5th. There we go. October 5th. They're saying you have a hearing on December 7th for the temporary restraining order and the TRO. It's via Zoom. You could dial in. Basically, I redact all the personal information. You could join by Skype, yada, yada, yada. I'm not trying to make light of this, but I just want to show y'all the complete package. What is this? This is basically, it was filed electronically. It's really nothing to see here. All right. Now we have discovery. All right. Jesus. I hope I'm not losing y'all in this. Put a 5 in here if I should keep going. Because, man, talking for 1 hour and 50 minutes. Woo! Oh, man. Get some of that water. Uh-oh. You hear echo? Echo? A little bit of echo? A lot of echo? All right. People are paying attention. I'm seeing the 5s. All right, we got 200 people in here. Let me get 3 likes. Let's keep going. Y'all say keep going, but Jesus, man, this is a divorce. This ain't even the final thing. Okay, so what do we have here? This is October 6th. This is when he got served. Basically, discovery. Respondent files certificate of written discovery directed to the petitioner. Basically set forth upon that the following party on October 6th. Remember, they start reconciling at or around the middle of October. Okay. All right. So this form right here, if only people divorced know about it, basically, this is telling the court, hey, court, I responded to the initial request for disclosures. So remember, he was served on, what was it, the 19th? And basically, you have about a month, 30 days. Where we at? You got about 30 days to respond to, hey, I need every piece of financial stuff for the last 3 years of my state. They only wanted 2. And he responded. He responded within, it looks about 45 days, maybe. And we'll get back to that. What did he say? This is procedural stuff. Uh-oh, I see Kazi Warrior put a 2. Maybe I should stop. All right. Judith, you still here? All right. So here we go. Boom. He responded. And this is what happens, right? This is gonna piss you off. This is gonna make you mad. But if you divorced, you know about it. Where we at? I mean, boom. So what happens when you send in discovery, they examine it, right? They look it over and be like, yo, what is all this? Guess what? This ain't enough. We asked for 2 years of stuff, and you only provided 1. Or you only provided 2. This happened to me. I'm not gonna lie. This happened to me in my divorce. What's going on? Where is the other stuff? So what did he do? Let's see what he did. And let's see when he did it. When did he do this, right? We almost at the prenup. I know y'all want to get to it. What did he do? So this is October 19th. Look in the upper right-hand corner. Y'all see it? October 19th. He sent her first supplemental responses to initial required disclosures. So he'd sent more. Oh, I see we got a troll. Let me put this user in timeout. Boom. All right. No more trolling. Let's keep it going. All right. So first, moderators, if someone is trolling, time their ass out. So he responded more October 19th, but we know in October 19th, she said they were getting back together. They were working things out. Remember this tab right here? Hey, about 6 weeks ago, they decided to rekindle their romance. You mean to tell me after he sent his second thing of freaking discovery, he rekindled it?
Nope.
No, wait. Girl, where we at? Where we at? Uh-oh. I think we at the main event. All right, we at the main event. Let's see what everybody talk about in the chat before. We are at this part. Premarital agreement. Almost 2 hours in. We're about to go over it, and it's gonna be explosive. It's gonna be quick because I don't want to keep too much of it up here, but it's gonna be quick. But we got it. So before we get into this, right? Any questions before we go forward? Any questions? Let me take some water. Get y'all popcorn. Get y'all popcorn. Because this premarital agreement is explosive. This premarital agreement is going to shock you. Like I said, he loved her for sure. It's some stuff in the agreement that maybe I wouldn't have put in mine. And it's some stuff in the agreement that maybe he should have had in his. But we're going to keep it going. Any questions before I go forward? I appreciate that. Henry, you got that energy level through the roof, bro. Well, show me that energy and some likes. Like the freaking stream. Help. The like button is my sponsor right now. Like button is my sponsor. Like I said, we got some new people who joined. Well, not 30 for 30 because it's not sports. But this is where it gets good. Now look at this, right? Remember, the most important asset someone has is their house. Right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's for the new people here, hit the like button. I see the likes. I see new people flooding in. This is the house. This is not their house, but a house that's comparable. Okay, it's nice. I'm going through it. Look at that. You got the pool. You got the hot tub. Jesus, man. This is what life in Texas will get you. What did I do as an investigator? What did I do? I did my goddamn job. That's what I did. I did my job. At the end of the day, people gonna say, what did he do? Oh, he did his job. Because you know what I got? What do I have? What is this? What is this? This looks like a title. Oh my God. How did the title to the property, the $1 million home. It's a look, before we get into this, right? Before we get into this, this is what good investigations looks like. Now, I ain't the best investigation I ever done, but it's goddamn good. If I must say so myself. From my limited resources, I'm mid-divorce, and I can only YouTube when I have time because I have a small daughter. She's 2.5, right? And she likes to come on my soundboard and she likes to talk like a robot. And she says, Daddy, can you talk like a robot? And I say, sure. And we have these robot conversations. But let's see whose name is on the on prenup. We saw the prenup. We saw her divorce. We saw his divorce. Now let's look at the title. All right, y'all. Jesus, 2 hours and 18 minutes. Let's look at the title. Where are we at? All right. Remember, the prenup said both names on the title. Hold on. Remember, prenup said both names on the title. It belongs to both people. One name on the title, it belongs to one person. All right, here we go. All right, so basically this is Alamo title. This is the company it was filed. This is the date it was filed. Basically, October 16th, 2005. Yes, they live in a brand new house. This is everything blacked out, indicates his address. We don't care about the address. We want to know whose name is on the title. Whose name is on the title? Who owns the house? I'm sorry I'm yelling, but guess what? I'm passionate. Passionate. And here we go. Okay, this is them selling it. And notice one signature. The undersigned purchaser hereby acknowledges the receipt of the foregoing notice or prior to the execution of a binding contract for the purchase of the real property described in such notice or at closing purchase of the real property. He owned the title. Okay? Now, after his demise, what happens to the prenup? Prenup gets voided. Who gets half? So you mean to tell me, right? This is where Dateline comes in. Let me go full screen. You mean to tell me the prenup where she was walking away with $1,500 a month for 5 years plus a $20,000 car? Now she's getting a house that's worth easily $1 million. Like,
God damn.
and look at what happened, right? Where's my brand? Where's my overlay? I didn't even use none of my brands. I'm so excited. Look what happened. Look what happened. They go. He said, I don't want you talking to me at all or anything. Let me drop the link. Let me put it in the chat because I want to see people come up and share what they, if you want to come up, you got to cam up. You got to cam up. Sorry, you got to, I know we got some trolls. Hold on. Struggle streaming. It's pinned up. Hold on. Replace pin. All right. What do you think about this? If you want to come up and you want to talk about it, we could talk about it. We only want to talk about JDF, but you saw everything I had. That's everything I had. I need to take a little water break, so I'm gonna hit y'all with a little commercial real quick. It's not a long one. It's not a short one. It's a 25-second one.
Depression is all-time high right now, and no one understands that. I've been doing poetry. Yeah, poetry. It's a hard thing to come clean and honest with yourself. I haven't drank in 10 years. People that know me back in the days, crazy, fearless Frank. Things have changed, my friend. Things have changed. So you just got to face your stuff, man.
All right, y'all. Anyone? Belinda again? Yo, who is? Belinda, who are you? Belinda, thank you so much, man. 'Cause one, I had to pay for this information. So she's helping me pay for this information. Y'all know I'm getting currently sued for these cupcake fans in my divorce. And Belinda is helping with the legal fees. And she's helping further the investigation because I'm not gonna front. It takes money to investigate what happened. It takes time, it takes resources. Remember, my daughter, she wants me to talk like a robot. That's what she wants me to do. So does anyone want to come up and share their piece about what happened? Anyone at all? Anyone? Hey, maybe they think my investigation was trash. What am I missing? Okay, I see Brent back here. I don't see you on camera. All right, Brent. All right, you gonna show your face? All right. Wave your hands in the air like this. All right. Let's get Brent up here. Thanks again, Belinda, for blessing your boy. But let's hear what Brent has to say. We're going to add him to the stream. All right, Brent, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. What do you think?
I mean, I was a fan since a long time, and it's just shocking to me what happened. But hearing what Austin St. John had to say about his beef with JDF, I think the wife pushed certain buttons. Like she knows that JDF has a certain personality. Like he wants to be like in control, like the leader. So I feel like she pushed him to do what he did. And
Okay.
I don't want to use that word because I know
Hey,
you've been very careful
do
not to use that word. So
word. Do not use that word. We have no evidence that she
right,
done anything to
right,
contribute to this.
right.
So thank you, Brent. Look, you like I said, when you with someone for 23 years, you know exactly what to say. You know how to push, you know how to set them off, you know how to calm them down, you know how to build them up, you know how to tear them down. So is it possible? Yes. Did she do it? I don't know. I wasn't in the room. I mean, if I was assigned to investigate this, what I will be looking for is the hotel guest list from that night because people said they were arguing. Hey, who was staying there? Who was next door to him? Did they check in together? Where's this friend that brought them together? But that's some of the stuff I will look for. Anything else you want to add, Brent?
I've seen some videos of him like preaching about like suicide,
Whoa, self-deletion.
self-deletion, and like like mental health and all that type of stuff. So it is surprising to me that what happened. Like, but I could see that he was kind of an alpha, if that makes sense. He was kind of like in the Power Ranger series. He was competing with, I don't know if you remember, he was competing with the Red Ranger for the leading role. And I feel like that competition bled into real life because I don't know if you remember, the Green Ranger lost to the Red Ranger when they were like they were in the series. The Red Ranger beat the Green Ranger. And I feel like that back and forth competition led into real life, and he had this feud with Austin St. John. And I feel like that is indicative of his personality. Like he wants to be in control.
Yeah.
So I feel like the divorce, I feel like he had some personal issues. I feel like she pushed him over the top.
Okay. Thank
So,
you. Thank you for
yeah.
coming up. Thank you,
All
Brent.
right. Thank you.
Anytime, man. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Brenton's, hey, that's what Brent thinks. Shout out to Enigma WPG. This is Coach Gang right here. This Coach Gang in the building for the $10 donation to my legal fees because, you know, I'm getting killed right now. He says, hey, man, I'm going through it. I'm going through it too. Respect for the advice and insight. The financial ramifications are mind-blowing, but there is a light at the end of this very dark tunnel. Yes, me and him are going through a divorce. Hey, it's part of life, man. You got to take it. Hey, I appreciate you supporting me, man. That's Coach Gang, man. Like, yeah, I owe Coach Gang so much, man. Because I'm not getting into it because my voice started cracking. But thank you so much, Daniel Romano. You hear me? All right, hands up. Let me make sure you can. All right, there we go. All right, thank you again, Coach Gang. And we about to bring up Daniel Romano. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Again,
What do you think about all this?
well, you know, I've said this in your chat before, but I want to tell you in person, I think it's good that we're actually still talking about this and people like you are actually looking into it. If I was more crafty, I would be doing this, but I'm glad someone, again, is actually doing the work because I was close with it. Like, he knew me by name at cons, so obviously I take this personally, and it's like I want justice for him because to me this doesn't sit like everything doesn't make sense about what's going on, and no one's questioning it, which I don't like. It's just it got waved off too quickly, in my opinion. So,
All right,
like it just got labeled suicide, but nobody questioned it.
Self-deletion.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna drop you down. I appreciate you coming up and telling me, but I'm about to talk about what you just said about the investigation. All right?
Yeah, either way, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming up. All right, we got Danny Dabrowski says, this is to help you for being such a great person from me and my husband, Kazi Warrior. Oh, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that.
Well, hello, beautiful.
You have no idea what I'm going through. And I wear it well. Like we all wear it well. And you can have a bad day sometimes. It gets tough. It gets tough because on one end, you know, like JDF, he loved her so much. And I hope, Danny, you and Kazi Warrior never go through a divorce. And if you do, I hope you can amicably settle y'all issues without being opportunistic to each other, because what ultimately happens, right? What JDF is feeling is what I felt, right? I'll give y'all a little bit of personal life. You got this person who you love so much, who's near and dear to you, and then something happens and y'all no longer want to be together, and they don't care they don't care if you can even be in the house. They don't care if you're okay. They don't care if you don't see your kid as much as you want to, because I have 50-50 joint legal physical custody of my daughter. Like, you know, shout out to her. But was I offered 50-50? Was I?
Nope.
Did I have to fight for it?
Yep.
Did I have to fight hard? Not really, but Danny Dabrowski, thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate it. Shout out to you and your husband, because I've been talking to Kazi Warrior a lot, and he's supposed to come up. Where is Kazi Warrior? Where is Kazi Warrior? He's supposed to come up. Tell him to cam up. Where is he at? Now, as far as, you know, let me put some respect on your name for you sponsored this stream. This is why I do it. You have no idea what it's like going through a divorce. I'm getting financially a lot. And money, you know, I ain't made of money. I don't got JDF money. Look, Danny, this is what I'm getting sued for right now. You see this cake pan? I have to pack this up in a box and give it to my soon-to-be ex-wife, I think like next week or something. So if a person is taking this from me, what do you think they're doing to my pockets? Anyway, thank you so much for your support. And I want to go back to Romano's question. We're just going to leave this up. We're going to shout out to her. Leave it up. He said, what about the investigation? Okay. This is going to break a lot of people's hearts. And I know everyone wants to see an investigation. But you have to have what? Like probable cause. Suspect of foul play. Where is that at? Where is the foul play at? It's not there. I mean, there's no evidence of it. Okay, so what likely happened? I would love to interview his widow just to see, you know, what happened, just to pick her brain, not to try to trap her up. But maybe she could flesh it out and then maybe stop all the backlash. And I just got general questions I want the answer to. I'll probably never get them. We'll probably never get them. There'll probably be no investigation, but maybe. Our best hope is TMZ. They got the resources. If the police report come out, they got it. TMZ could have got the doggone prenup. They could have got it, but no one cares about JDF. People magazine could have got it. Radar could have got it. I should send, you know, like, I'm not going to send it out, but everyone could get it. It's personal information. It's public information, but no one cares. And that's just the sad part about men. Like Twitch, he's gone. Hey, on a random day, checks in the hotel, doesn't check out. No one knows why. Oh, he was having some issues with his childhood. Like, come on. Guy jumps from freaking Disneyland, and guess what his wife is doing? She's Scrooge McDucking the life insurance money, even though she false accused him. You see how that works? Thank you again, Danny Dabrowski and Kazi Warrior. We got another super chat from Investigate ASJ. His page has no activity from November 14th to November 20th. I don't know who ASJ is. Maybe someone could say it in the chat. I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think? Does anyone else want to come up? Kazi Warrior, I'll drop the link. Anyone else want to come up and talk before we end the stream? I appreciate all y'all for joining me. I couldn't have done it without y'all. What else? Thank you for all the donations to my legal fees, because Lord knows I need them. It's pinned at the top. Anyone want to pop in? Maybe someone doesn't believe me. Maybe someone doesn't believe the information they just saw. Maybe it's Photoshop. Looks like we got nobody. But any questions? Any questions? Happy New Year to everyone. I just appreciate y'all rocking with me. Everyone who watched the videos, I'll have this chopped up and edited. I'll probably release it in segments because what happens with these streams is only a little bit of the audience watch them. So, someone said, "May the power protect me." Hold on, I got you. Kazi Warrior, let's go. Let's go, Kazi. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Hi. It's finally good to see you, man. What do you think?
I'm hearing like a double chat with you. I hear you talking.
How about now? Is it still there? Is it still there?
I think we're having like a delayed chat.
You probably got the YouTube stream on. You gotta mute the YouTube stream, and then only focus on the StreamYard. How about now?
It's like Rita Repulsa, you know, when they're talking on Power Rangers. That's what it looks like when you're talking.
Her. All right. Well, look, I can't fix that midstream, but I can do the Rita laugh. I have it. So, what do you think about this? Do you anything?
It's still doing it. It's still doing it. Do you want me to like retry again?
Yeah. Drop out and come back. All right, we're gonna get Kazi Warrior up here. He sponsored today's show with this donation to my legal fees. Where we at right here? Let me see if we can get it back on the screen. Kazi, boom, right there. New comments. Do I have an echo? Do I have an echo? Put a 1 if I'm echoing. Let me see if we can get Kazi Warrior back up here. This is just for Kazi Warrior. All right, how about now? Good, bad?
I'm gonna give it a sec. It's still doing it. I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know. I mean, just try to bear through it. Mute. I want to say mute me, but they're saying no echo. No echo. Thank you, Danny. Yes, I'm going through it. But all right, Kazi, what do you got for me, man? What do you got? You met JDF. How was he? Are you listening on StreamYard or are you listening on YouTube? Uh-oh. Kazi, can you hear me? Oh, man, we lost Kazi. I don't know what's going on, man. Can Henry mute and read caption? Caption. I don't know what you mean. I'm the only one talking. Anyone else want to come up? We here. All right, well, I tried with Kazi. I would love. He's on YouTube. Oh no, Danny, he has to be on StreamYard. He has to be. You have to be on the StreamYard app only. You cannot be on YouTube. You have to shut down YouTube. Only be on StreamYard. Only StreamYard. Like you can literally open up open up StreamYard and stay on StreamYard only. No, let's try it one more time. How about now? Oh, he clicked out. Kazi, come go get your wife's phone. Sorry, y'all. I know we losing some people, but you know the stream's over. We just here chilling. Y'all got some questions? Y'all want to come up? We gonna add Wellington. Yo, Wellington, how you doing, man?
No, I'm White Lightning, man.
White light. Oh, white light. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I've been doing some investigating myself. I've actually had a friend tell me a bunch of stuff too, like
What you got?
JDF was more passionate about his work and his family and everything, and he wasn't about that. He wasn't about self-deletion at all.
Right. I didn't get that impression.
He was a born again Christian. He didn't believe in that.
Yeah, you know what they say. The people who what a person speaks about the most is what they're going through. So when he's talking about self-deletion thoughts, he's really just talking, basically pepping himself up.
Right.
So
exactly. I mean, he was all about his fans. He was all about his work. I mean, he just put his life's work into this last movie. I really wanted to go to the theaters. I want to see this movie in theaters.
You and me both. Like,
oh my God!
you know he's about to get served. His boy told him, "Hey, they're looking to serve you at my place," and he still went for the fans.
Exactly. He wasn't in it for the money. He's even said that over and over again. He's never in it for the money. He was in it for the fans.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
and I've been following him ever since I was a kid. I was born in 1988. I've been there ever since day one. So,
yes. Now, do I have an echo? Do you hear an echo?
No, you good. You good.
All right. So, Kazi Warrior, one more time, man. Kazi, this link for you, only you. And thank you, White Lightning. Anything else you want to share?
What else? At the top of my head. Hang on a second.
All right, White Lightning. I'm gonna have to drop you down because Kazi dropped some. Sorry, White Lightning. All right, Kazi, what's up? Can you hear me?
I'm gonna try to get through this. I don't know why I'm getting an echo, but I'm gonna try to get through this.
Just talk. Just say whatever you want to say about JDF, about the investigation. The floor is yours because you've been so passionate about what I've been trying to do, and you've been the biggest. Oh gosh, Kazi. Oh man, I'm gonna have to just link with Kazi after stream. Kazi, email me, man. Email me or hit the link because I'm dying under this light. You see, I'm sweating. I'm sweating crazy. All right, hold on. White Lightning still got something to say. What's up?
I know exactly what I wanted to say. You remember how you asked who ASJ was?
Yes.
ASJ is Austin St. John.
Oh,
the very first original Red Ranger, the one he had beef with. He has no activity on his Facebook page from November 14th to November 20th until he dropped that video.
I see what you're saying. But we got no evidence.
I know there's no evidence, but that's a big gap, man. That is a huge gap.
I see where you're going. But
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to feel that way, but
I get what you're saying. Everyone's a suspect. But
yeah, everyone's a suspect.
He doesn't benefit directly.
Right. I mean, he doesn't benefit directly, but you know, you never know.
Power Rangers viewings or meetups.
His video that he dedicated was like what, less than 5 minutes, less than 7 minutes. It wasn't even that long. I mean, he was very.
Look, Amy. Oh, was it Amy Jo Johnson? She had the best tribute.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I mean, they were like best friends. I honestly, in my opinion, I think they should have been a power couple to the end in real life, dude.
That would have been amazing. But sometimes, you know, it could be like the right person, wrong time.
Right. Exactly.
Right person, wrong time.
I agree.
White Lightning, thanks for coming up, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me on.
You too, man. Everyone who support, can everyone put Kazi in the chat? Kazi in the chat. He supported. He brought the house down. He did everything. I've been talking to Kazi for a while, and I just want to say shout out to Kazi and his wife. His beautiful wife.
Well, hello, beautiful.
For sponsoring this stream, and I'll leave y'all with something from JDF because I actually put this in here today.
Listen, I apologize. I know you hear this 1,000 times. You're my hero. If that person gets tired of hearing it, don't stand in his line. He shouldn't be your hero. I will never get tired of hearing that because it is an honor.